I'm currently walking along the edge of a very special river. This river boasts the highest density of trout per mile of any river in North America. This is the Green River in northeast Utah. I've made it to the river, and I have a group of brown trout sitting here in front of me, and I'm going to start with throwing a woolly bugger for them and just see if I can move any of them. They're sitting in a big eddy here. There's a fish. First cast. I of course left my net on land, so I'm gonna have to walk this guy in. My guess is it's a rainbow or a brown trout, not a rainbow. He looks decent sized. I am using 6X tippet here, so I have to be quite careful. Oh, it's a beautiful little rainbow trout. So let's get him in here. First cast of the day, and a gorgeous rainbow trout in the net. If that doesn't set the vibe for the day, I don't know what will. Great, wow, well, what a start to the day. I just got here, and I threw that cast and instantly got a beautiful bow. So let's get back to fishing and see what today has in store for us. I think it's going to be a good one. Alright, so I'm going to keep fishing the same spot. Since I just hooked that one on a woolly bugger, I'm going to switch to, well, it's another woolly bugger, but this one is custom tied by one of the guys at the fly shop here. And he says it tends to be pretty deadly with these brown trout, so because I just hooked them with that other one, I don't want to throw it right away again. Do a fish right here. Oh, he just looked at it, but he did not seem very interested. So I'm going to get this one out into the same spot-ish that I casted. And just fish this hole a little bit more because there are definitely a lot of fish here. And I'd love to get another one on the streamer before I move on. I ended up throwing a few more casts here without any luck, and took a short break after the hike in, and then got back to fishing. Okay, I just took a quick lunch break and rigged up a nymph rig. And of course I didn't turn the camera back on when I threw it in the water, but by the looks of it, I have a pretty beautiful brown trout on. I am not prepared at all to have caught a fish. I was just kind of seeing the water depth and testing out this nymph rig, but I think this is a pretty big trout. He's fighting hard. It's always hard to tell in the current, but he's colored up beautifully. I'm gonna try to get him in the net here. He seems to be running lower on energy, and he's in. Wow, that's a good fish. Beautiful brown trout. Beautiful brown trout. I got fish jumping around me too. And this might actually be a personal best brown trout for me. It's pretty big. Look at that beautiful trout. I'm going to release him right back into the river here. right into another fish. My God. The fishing here, I don't know how to explain it. Oh! I think this one might be even bigger than the last. Swimming right towards me. These fish are so strong. Swimming in this current all day. It's pretty amazing the amount of power they have in them. If this is a brown trout, which I think it is, I think this is a definite personal best for me. I think it's even bigger than the last one, but it's really hard to tell. So strong. I do have to be careful fishing with 5X tippet on these nymph rigs. I think it's only about 3.5 pound line. In between my legs. He's actually up current of me now. It is wild that they can fight this hard while swimming against the current. It's probably about the same size as the last one. Another brown trout. These trout are just absolutely beautiful. What a gorgeous fish. And they're just so strong. Alright, well I just need to keep going. Just keep on fishing here. So, right now I'm running a San Juan worm and I'm forgetting the name of it. A little tiny nymph. And they seem to have loved the nymphs. Every single time I've caught one, it's on that nymph. There's another fish. Instantly. This is absolutely insane fishing. My camera keeps slipping down. My God, I don't even have time to put away the net. I couldn't tell what this is. It doesn't really look like a rainbow, but it didn't look like a brown either. It's hard to tell when they do those jumps. Okay, I'm gonna try to torque this guy in a little bit. It's another brown. Oh, I missed him. They're so strong. He's on the wrong side of my line. There we go. I do want to get this guy in so I can keep fishing. There we go. Wow, they are strong. Absolutely beautiful trout. Man, this fishing is otherworldly. Bye, buddy. He just swam up and bit my foot. I put him in the water. He swam straight towards me and bumped my boot. Well, that's pretty funny. 3 amazing trout in 3 casts. This has to be some of the best trout fishing in the world. Feels like another good-sized trout. It's interesting, I turned around and fished back towards the shore that I actually waded in from. Oh, you know what? This fish might be bigger. Came off. Oh, of course, as soon as I turned off the camera, my next cast I hooked a brown. Don't worry, I started you up right as soon as I hooked him. Still fishing the nymph rig. Seems to be doing well here. These trout are so strong. It's amazing. It's like I'm hooked on a rock, but it's definitely not a rock. Wow, he's really just hunkered down at the bottom. I'm going to try to keep wading towards him. This guy might actually be too big for my line. Oh, you know what? I think I hooked him in the tail. Fighting very weird. He got off. Wow, that's a strong fish. So I finished fishing downriver. I think in total I got 2 more brown trouts off camera, and I've decided to come up to the next riffle because I felt like fishing some water that was moving a little bit more, and this looks like a beautiful one. You can already see fish surfacing in the tail of it. I switched to a woolly bugger because the water here was a good amount deeper and I felt like my nymph rig wouldn't perform as well. I could see a big group of small rainbow trout sitting just where the faster current met the slow. And pretty quickly, I had some luck. And this ended up happening over and over and over again. In total, I caught just under a dozen little rainbow trout in this spot. And what a gorgeous spot it was to spend the afternoon. Pretty soon I was losing daylight, and I still had the 4-kilometer hike to do back to my car. But I did decide to throw a couple casts on the other side of the river before leaving. All right, the camera was off when I hooked this guy, but I think this might be a personal best brown trout for me. So I threw the camera back on. Let me get him off the hook, and I'll hold him up for a victory photo here. This is a very large brown trout. Very large brown trout. Trying to let him get some of his beans out. What a gorgeous fish. I'm gonna let this guy go. What an amazing afternoon of fishing. I've never experienced anything like that when it comes to fly fishing on a river. I ended up spending another 2 weeks there and thoroughly enjoyed fishing the river from shore and from drift boat. Over the 2 weeks, I had something interesting happen, and it made me want to propose all of the viewers here a question. When you go out for a day of fishing, is the struggle and finding the correct technique part of the joy? Or would you rather catch a fish every cast? I found myself starting to get bored of catching so many fish after a couple weeks that by the end of it, I really wasn't fishing the river much. I figured that anyone that's watched this long in the video thoroughly enjoys fishing because this was a very heavy fishing video. But I'd be curious on your thoughts on it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, a like and a subscribe is very appreciated. Thanks.